First thing is those topics will not be discussed. Adam was asking me for topics, and we threw those in there, but I think I'm pretty good at knowing my crowd, and I don't think that you need to know about key performance measures and things like that, but I'll kind of talk about some of that stuff, but that won't be the topic. What I want to do this afternoon is we've got about 3 hours, is I want to take you through that one. We want to take you through how we build a practice. I think that's one of the greatest challenges we have as coaches. He's coming. Can you hear me now? Okay, I'll keep talking to you, Justin. So we're going to look at how to build a practice. And towards the end, I think what I want to do is what that last 45 minutes or so is just open the floor up for questions. So if you have a question or something you want to look at, ask it, we'll show you something. Okay, because I think, I want to make sure you get something today that fits you. So if you have something that's really troubling or you want to ask a question, we'll try to save the end of the clinic for that, where you get a chance to maybe ask some things we can show you on the floor. Because all I have is ideas. I always like to say I steal from the best and I share with the rest. I've been all around the world to steal ideas from good coaches. And I'll be honest, some of my best coaches, the coaches I steal from are not basketball coaches. Some of the stuff I'm getting now is mostly from, I'm going to say rugby, top soccer, Chip Kelly. I love Chip Kelly. I love people who shock the world, who are willing to coach outside the box and who have analyzed their sport and look at, well, what is it that we can do to take an advantage or gain an advantage. Okay? So, looking at a practice, the first thing we talked about yesterday was making our practice game-like. Well, there's 3 terms I want you to understand that are very important in today's FIBA game. The first term is pace. And that's the pace that the game is played. Now, from a statistical nature, pace is the number of possessions in the game. So when we look at the pace from a statistic on the stat sheet, one of the first things I look at, well, what was the pace and how many possessions did each team have? In an average women's FIBA game, 72, 73 possessions a game is an average pace. So if a team has higher than 73, we say they play a faster pace. If you had a game where it was less than 73, we would say that's a slow pace. Now you have to understand, I get to sit around all day and just analyze the game of basketball. If in a FIBA game, every team never shot the ball and just let the shot clock run out, there would be exactly 50 possessions per team. Okay, so you can never have less than 50 possessions in a regular FIBA game. If every team shot the ball, as soon as they caught it at 24, like right at the shot it, there'd be about 1,200 possessions per team. So you can see it's not a slow, it's pretty exponential. So if you shoot real fast, you're going to have a ton of possessions, like old Loyola Marymount, if people remember that team, who shot within like 6 seconds. You're talking in a game with over 200 possessions, if the other team agrees to play at that pace. Right? It's because you don't usually get more, like 100 more paces or shots in the other, or sorry, shots but possessions. It usually balances out within 1 or 2 possessions of how many people get. The World Championship, the game between USA and Australia, I charted the pace, and all I did was I have an app, and I could share it the app at the break if you want to come down and see it. It's a really nice app. The French Basketball Federation produced it, and what I like about this app, it's really just an Excel spreadsheet, and you can put whatever labels you want in it. You can customize it to track things. And you're saying, well, yeah, but I coach little girls, and I don't really do that. What I do is I get the parents to do this. And you know what? If you give parents an assignment, they will do it. If you don't, they will find something to do on their own. And sometimes they will do things and track things that you don't want them to track, like the playing time of their daughter, and come to you and can say she got 1 less second than someone else. So I give the parents some actual things to track, and they love it because they now think they're getting smarter at basketball and they're learning all these wonderful things, and it's simple things. So all I did is I tracked every time a shot went up, I would press at what time the shot took or the turnover and the team. So then at the end of the game, I could have I knew when these teams shot. Spain averaged at 13 seconds. USA averaged at 13 seconds. So they both averaged shooting at 13 seconds. But it was a totally different look to how they shot. Spain average shot was at 13 seconds, but their mode, does everybody understand statistics? The most common number was still 13 seconds. Whereas the USA's mode was down at 9 seconds. Their most common shot. Okay, so what that tells you is some teams when a shot clock can be very consistent as to when they shoot. Does that make sense? Whereas other teams are pretty variable when they shoot. But the average might be still in the same. My research tells us that the great teams are variable. You don't win shooting early every single time, and you definitely don't win shooting late every single time. But you know what? You've got to have a variable time when you can shoot. Can you score early, and can you still score late? Okay? Why do we want to score early or shoot early? What advantage are we getting? I talked about the 4 factors yesterday. What of the 4 factors? That's your shooting the ball, scoring percentage, shooting percentage, turnovers, rebounding, and drawing fouls. Those are the 4 factors. So mathematically, when I shoot early, what's going to benefit? That's right. So I'm probably going to have a chance to get more open, uncontested shots. Your only real true uncontested layups usually come early in your shot clock. So if you never run, it's real hard to get an effective field goal percentage of over 50. It's almost impossible. And I'm even talking little kids too. It's really hard to shoot well if there's always defense there. So you need to get some chances. What about my rebounding percentage if I shoot early? Up or down? Probably up. Why? Because the defense isn't in place and I have a better chance of getting a rebound. So my rebounding percentage can go up. I also have a greater chance to draw fouls because of the road of position. And in fact, at the international level, I call it the pro foul. Anytime that you get a breakaway, they're fouling you. Now, in the old days, there was no uncontested open court foul. They're real good at getting one person back and then the second person fouls you. But if you never fast break, you never make them take those fouls, therefore you don't get the foul line quicker. Okay? And that was our biggest problem. We never transitioned and we weren't creating enough fouls to get us to the foul line. And over the course of a game, that person may get fouled out. Okay? The only tricky one is what? The turnover rate may go what? Up because you're playing a little faster and a little more. And coaches sometimes we get too panicky about that because we want it to look perfect. And to me, there's 2 types of turnovers. There's the turnover that is a dead ball turnover where the clock stops. And then there's the turnover that is a live ball turnover where they get to run out and go transition on me. I don't mind some turnovers in the game where we almost got that high uncontested shot. A backdoor cut, we pass it and just missed it. I want my players to attempt some of those turnovers because I know the reward on the other end is a high percentage shot. I don't want the guard-to-guard pass that the other team steals, goes down, goes for a dunk, we foul. I don't want that turnover. Okay, so it's helping players understand. And look, I talk to my little 12-year-old girls about this stuff too. Not in the same language I'm probably you, but getting them to understand why we want a fast break. Okay? If you always wait to the end of the clock to score, remember Brian talked about the little advantage to a big advantage? What's going to be the issue? The small advantage might be the only advantage you get. You might not have time to turn it into the big advantage. So now you're shooting more what? Contested shots. And there's no statistic to prove that contested shots are going to help you. Okay? So to me, the best offenses are you try to get down the floor early, and if you have the good big advantage, I like that term from Brian, we'll take it. If it's just a small advantage, we'll try to exploit it into a big advantage. We're probably going to get a shot around that 13 seconds like the U.S. and the Spanish. If we don't have it, what are we going to do? We're going to start to run some actions, some cutting action, some screen action, some picking action, some post action to create a small advantage, get a big shot. Then it might be we get our big advantage shot late in the clock, but it's still a good shot. But if we're trying to break you down at 5-6 seconds, that's not usually a good shot. So we want to make sure we at least start a small advantage at around 13 or so that we can still get the big advantage down here. Again, your little 12-year-olds don't have to understand all that, but what we want them to understand is, let's get down the floor. If we have an advantage, take it. If not, let's keep looking for that advantage. Okay? And I really think it applies to them. So that's pace. The second key term is flow. And if you watch what Brian did, you could see a lot of it was flow. And again, because of the shot clock, the short shot clock, in general, we like to keep the ball moving. We like to keep the players moving. But there's an exception to that. Our team in the past sometimes had a tendency, I'm sure your team gets in, they run this pattern. And it looks wonderful, this great flow, pass, cut. We're cutting, passing. And the other team's sitting in a sag defense, and we can just zip the ball around. But what's the problem with that? We're not creating any little advantages to become big advantages. And then all of a sudden the shot clock would be at 6, and we've been running this great flow, and we're moving, we're cutting, and we don't have time to create a shot. So I think you have to understand as a coach is helping your players understand when is it that we want to break the flow sometimes to create a small advantage. So we just don't want random movement. Okay? And I think that was what a lot of these young fellows were struggling. Well, when should I put the ball on the floor? Remember the drill with the dribble, only one? No one wanted to break that flow of this moving and passing with 1 second, okay, to create an advantage. So you always have to help them understand that. Okay? And this is where the biggest struggle comes is, in the old days, which I started coaching, no shot clock, and this province was one of the last provinces to go to the shot clock, because I remember when I first came out here to do a clinic, you were still playing with a shot clock, and one of the topics I had to talk to was how the shot clock will help Manitoba grow and all that stuff. Okay? But when you played with no shot clock, you could get the ball, hold it, wait, then your next action could occur. The person could dribble it up the floor, hold it, listen to the coach, no, okay? Then you could pass, and oh, stop, let's reset that. So you could break your flow all the time. There was only 3 times in the game you couldn't do that, and it was at the end of the quarters. Well, then when the 30-second shot clock came out, what we tried to do is make sure this one action was connected to the next action, was connected to the next action. And it worked pretty good. But now what we're saying is, here's this first action. The player rebounds the ball. This next action is actually occurring as this one's going on. You're anticipating the next action as you're doing the first action. And then as you're rebounding and outletting, the outlet person is already anticipating, my dribble are going to pass. And I'm already anticipating because we want to get all the same actions in a shorter period of time. So this is why all this stuff about anticipation and why triple threat is going by the wayside. Because we know we need to flow better and get things done quicker. And I just want to make sure you understood that idea. And then the last concept is this whole concept of advantage. And I hope you're getting that message. And it's one your players need to learn. And I know little players can understand this. It's from the simplest little kids when they first play. If I have a ball, if the player's standing on my left side, where's my advantage? To my right. If I have a ball and the player's off me, where's my advantage? To shoot. It's the simplest concept in this game about trying to score. They have to understand that advantage situation. And I think you need to explain it that way rather than we're running this play where A passes to B who passed to C. They have to learn that term about advantage. Now you flip that around to defense, all those terms, pace, flow, and advantage, the same sort of thing. Pace on defense, what if I want a faster pace? What do I do defensively to increase pace? Pressure. I'm going to put more pressure and fill in all space because I'm going to try to make the other team, the offense, have to do things quicker. If I want a slow pace, I'm probably going to sprint right back and just protect. Okay, so you still can dictate, I can't even say that word now, dictate pace. Flow, anytime I can force a fumble, anytime I can force somebody to freeze the ball, I can disrupt flow. So that's why you're hearing me. We want to get up into space because we want to disrupt the flow of the offense. We want to take their timing away. So now they have to start all over again to create that small advantage. So I'll actually track on defense sometimes how many times a team started to break us down and we got scrambled a little bit, but then we froze the ball and we built our defense again, and then they had to start all over. Those are golden. Those are golden, and we really chart those with our national opponents to try and find out when we can do that. Okay? At least I chart that stuff. And then, of course, with advantage, it's trying to make teams play to their disadvantage, not their offensive advantage. How can I push you? That's why you see a lot of these force teams left. Okay? Do different things like that. So I'm just trying to get you to think a little bit about how the game has changed. So it was interesting, I listened to when they talk about the rules, and to me it's, do you have a growth mindset or a fixed mindset? The fixed mindset person is like, well, I hate that rule. Why are we using that rule? Do you think we could change that rule? Like, I don't even go there anymore. So that's a new rule? Okay, what do we got to do? How are we going to get advantage playing with that rule? Right? Because you're just wasting your time if you think you're going to change the rule. So it's learning how to adjust. And all I can tell you is the rules that are here today will not be here the next time after a World Championship or Olympic. They're going to change. They're going to change. If you had told me when I first started coaching 30 years ago that we'd be playing with a 24-second shot clock with kids, I'd be saying, you're crazy. That's stupid. Why would we ever do that? I think it's great. They don't need longer than that. It's fine. If you would have told me there had been a three-point line, I wouldn't even have thought there could have been such a thing. Like, why would you have 3 points for a shot? Where would that come from? Who was stupid enough to come up with that idea? Okay, but it's in the game now. It's part of the game. Okay, and it changes, and it will change more. I mean, if somebody said to me, Mike, in 5 years to go and have a taller basket, yeah, it could. It could. It's just how games changed. Okay, so it's just how you approach that. Okay, that was just my little talk. Cool, practice. First thing I want to talk about is the phases of a practice. First thing we always have is a warm-up. Would you agree? You've seen some stuff already. Michelle and myself yesterday did what I would call a fundamental movement skill warm-up. That's one approach. Okay? I would never do that every single time with my young kids. I like to mix things up. Even with our senior athletes and with our cadets and juniors, it's one of the hardest things for some of our experts that are saying, if you do the same warm-up every day, it's social, emotionally, mentally, it is like boring. It's just like, okay. I always wanted to do warm-up so that the kids did not want to miss it. So I always like to throw in the games approach, and you saw Brian do a lot of games. And anybody's been to my clinics in the past, I have thousands of these little games that we use for warm-up. And I want them quick, I want them fast, and I want the kids to be excited about coming to practice. Okay? The third type of warm-up, and I'm going to show with here, is what I call more of a basketball type warm-up. So when the kids come in the gym, and you've got a little time that they can start working on their own and some basketball skills. Now, the main purpose of all these things is to increase the body temperature. That's the most important thing you've got to get done in warm-up, is increase body temperature. And we mostly do that by heart rate. Get our heart rate up. But you can't go too fast to do it. The analogy I use is if you understand glass, if you heat glass too fast, what does it do? It breaks. If you heat it slowly, progressively, it becomes very bendable. Well, it's the same thing with our athletes' muscles. If you go from a dead cold, like if I took these guys right now and said, I want you to go now and do a full sprints, they might break the muscles. And it's also the fascia that surrounds them. So we have to gradually, and that's where you got to be careful with some of these games approach sometimes. Not so much for them, but as they get older, like a senior athlete, if you try to go too fast, they're definitely going to break there. And they will tell you, right? They will tell you, this is not an appropriate game right now because I'm not warmed up. Okay? The other one in the warm-up business course is we want to simulate some basketball. So I'm going to do a little warm-up, then we'll come back and talk about the next phase. Or do you want me to do all the talking now, then we'll just go? You want to start when you get me started? Okay, I'll start with some warm-up. Okay, give me about 6 guys. Everybody needs a ball. Everybody needs a ball. Go out the center. Okay, now you're going to do some on-air shooting. Now, coaches, I don't do a lot of on-air shooting, but you have to do some. You have to. Okay, now there's 3 places we want to score from in the game. At the rim, 3-point line, and what's the third one?
Foul line.
We'll call that the 4th, but we won't do, because we want to get more active. Mid-range. So you're going to randomly, you got to work on your 3s, your pull-ups, and your scores at the rim. But you've got to try to make it realistically how you get into those shots. This is not realistic. Hey, Nathaniel, what'd you do for lunch? Do you have good lunch? Yeah, I had a sub. You know, I had a good sub. You know, what did you do for lunch? Is that realistic to the game? No. So you've got to try to think, how do I realistically get a 3 in the game? And simulate that. How do I realistically get to the rim? And how do I realistically get to the mid-range? There you go. On your own. Mix it up. We have a basket here. So we're just going to see what they do first. And you'll notice that usually it's not very realistic. And stop. Now, hold up. Hold the balls, guys. Now, first thing is, I want you to change baskets after you've taken a 3, a mid-range, and a score at the rim. After you've gotten at least 1, you got to change ends. Does that make sense? Okay, there you go. So all I'll do is start loading in some different things. Now, if I had my normal 6 baskets, I may just tell them, go to a different basket to get a little more running in sometimes. Because what am I trying to do? Get heart rate up. Did you take 1 of each? Has anybody changed ends yet? Just got to take 1 of each, then change ends. Once you've taken 1 of each, change ends. And stop. Now, hold the balls. Now, guys, when we do on air, you have to visualize what a defender is doing. Your name is Jacob. Do one of your plays for us, and then I'm going to ask you why you did it based on what you thought the defense was doing. So pretend you have the ball right there. Do one of your scores. At the rim, 3 or, okay? Go ahead, do your score. Okay, what did the defense do that allowed you to do that? Shh. Jacob. Jacob, what did the defense do so that you could have done that? Sag off. Somebody go play defense and show us exactly so the coaches would see. Okay, would that be far enough? I don't think so. Because you took a couple soft little dribbles too. He would have probably had to been right back under the key. Go right back to block charge circle. Keep going back. He probably was about that far back. Because you just took some little soft dribbles and then you shot it. Does that make sense? Does that happen very often in the game? No. So was that really game-like? No. So we've got to, guys, you've got to really visualize what a defender would be like when you're doing these moves. And I'm going to ask you, where you go? Realistic. Most of it is they don't go fast enough. Second one they don't do is they don't account for the angle at which they get the ball. Most of the times they're doing everything going straight, pretending the balls come straight at them, which is very rare. They need to do more in angles. And stop. Okay? So coaches, we've got them, their heart rates up. The worst thing I could do right now is now do my talk, where I'm going to talk to them for 5 minutes. If I was going to talk, when should that have happened? First. It's the same thing. Think of how you would warm up for a game. You have your locker room talk probably before the warm-up, then they warm up. Now, I could talk for like a minute to a minute and a half right now. Quick drink, quick couple key points, now we're going. But don't have this as a 10-minute talk right now. Okay? So let's pretend we've warmed them up. Now another part of warm-up is I need to do what's called some neural activation. I need to get the nervous system ready to go. Okay, give me six new guys, quickly. You guys are down. 6 new guys, partner and a ball. Partner and a ball. One guy on the baseline. Lucas, on the baseline. Partner right over here. Down here, guys, partner on the baseline without the ball here. Partner with the ball. Who wants to play? Give me another guy right here. Quick. Right here, right here. So, one ball, prepare. Set yours down. Other partners here. Without the ball. Ball's on the baseline. Ball's on the baseline. Now, this is not realistic basketball running, but it's a lot of hand-eye coordination, and I'm trying to get their nervous systems ready to play. One of the concepts I talked about yesterday was learning to extend. We need to learn to extend our arms to play the game. We have play too tight when we pass and too tight when we shoot, especially the girls. We'll see how these guys do. So what's going to happen is, your name is? Jordan. Jordan's my partner. You always throw Jordan right back to me here. Put both arms up above your head, nice and high. You're going to be jogging backwards. You're just going to catch it. Kirby did this yesterday. Remember the Kirby doing this? So ready, jog, back, catch with one hand, pass back to me. One hand, pass back to me. One hand. Okay? So we're getting a little hand-eye coordination. When we get the other end, we'll come back. So you guys are catching and passing. Ready? Where we go? Here we go. Keep your hands up. A little faster now. Catch it with one hand. A little faster over there. Okay, now guys, I want mistakes. You guys are too nice. I want mistakes. What's going to make you make more mistakes?
Harder pass.
A little harder pass and run a little faster. Let's see if we can't make a few more mistakes. Here we go. Remember, now, just a little softer, higher. One hand. Try tip it. Don't tip it. Catch it a little bit. Catch it. Catch it in one hand. So you control it. That's it. That's good. Now, the next one. Jordan, you be ready. This time, Jordan's going to put his arms out to the side. Same thing, running back. Ready? Now we're going to run. You got to be ready, right? Run. Come on. Here we go. Now notice that I'm not, guys, you notice that I did? I'm not in a pattern. Mix it. 2 to the right, 1 to the left, 3 to the right. Mix it. We try to get out of being random. Okay? Or sorry, we want to be random, not block. Okay, so now the hands are out to the side. Ready? Where we go? Keep those arms extended. Same thing back. Same thing back. Where we go? Where we go? Quicker, quicker, quicker. Challenge him, challenge him. Okay, next one. Jordan, you ready? Now you got to really be ready to move on this one. I'm going to run. You're going to mirror me and keep that space. I'm going to toss it out to a side. Go catch the ball with two hands. Pass it back to me. Start running back. Ready? Here we go. Out there. Go get it. Go get it. Ready? Come on. Quick. Go get it. Go get it. Go get it. Quick. Run back. Here we go. Quick. Over here. Go get it. Go get it. Quick. Go get it. Go get it. Quick. That's it. Go get it. Ready? Okay? So he's reacting. It's not me telling him where to go. He has to react. Good job. Back to here. That was good. Okay? Now, for safety. What's my safety concern in this drill? Oh, bumping into each other. So how can we make sure that that doesn't happen? Who's responsible for making no bumping takes place? Which the guy? The passers. You have to be alert to that. You know how to do that? I think you do. I know you can do that. Let's start the middle pair first. Ready? Middle pair. Let them get going. Okay, next pair, go. Here we go. Go. Make them work. Mix it up. Not always to the same side. Not to a random. Make it random. That's it. Challenge him. You're too nice to him, man. No. Don't make it nice. Okay? Especially with the girls, they will be too nice to each other. Oh, I don't want to make you run too hard. You have to get them to be understanding that it's okay to make mistakes and it's okay to make your partner work a little bit. Because they'll just kind of be in a nice pattern. Okay, same thing back. Middle pair, go first. Don't be nice to them. Oh, that's too nice. Too easy. A little faster. Here we go. Go. Catch your two over there, Luke. Catch your two. Catch your two. Now, have you watched, remember Brian talked about the footwork? They're not doing drop steps. They're doing quick hip turns, which is what you do naturally. Only coaches tried to teach drop steps. Because we used to not have high-speed cameras that could show things in slow motion, and that's what we used to think it was. But that's not. Now we can actually look and see what actually players do. Okay, same as like this step slide stuff. That's because we thought that's what people were doing, but it really wasn't. Okay, it's hip turning, it's running, it's crossing our legs and moving. Okay? Now, when we talk about crossing the legs, you don't really do this in basketball. You never cross your femurs. What you do is twist and run. So when you say cross, you don't really do that. It's a twist and a run. Okay? So that's just one example of some things we would start to do to get some reactivity going. So now I want to move into, I've got them moving, I've warmed them up, and I'm slowly now progressing into my skills part of my practice. So the main skills for me are footwork, stop, start, and pivot. And I always try to have something with some stops, starts, and pivots. Passing, dribbling, shooting. And I've already talked about the shooting. We have what? At the rim, mid-range, and threes. Now, by little 12-year-olds, we don't talk about threes. What do we talk about? Your in-range long shots off the catch. Right? Does that make sense? So you have to have three types of shots. Which do we spend the most time on? At the rim, because it's the one we want the most of. So we'll spend the most time there. It's the one we spend the most time on defending because it's the one. Okay? But we try to get all three in. Okay? And then we'll work on what we call dynamic one-on-ones. So those are the main skills we're going to work on. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on any particular one, but if you want to see more of some things, ask a question. Say, Mike, could you show another couple ideas? Let's start with some footwork ones. You guys are ready to go? Come on over here. One ball, and we need one more white. You go white. Go white, quick. You got the ball, Lucas? It's Lucas, isn't it? Come on here, one ball. So I got 3 whites, 3 reds. You've probably seen me do this game before. We're just playing 10 passes. 10 passes, ball away. 10 passes. Real simple game. White, you've got to complete 10 passes. No fumbles, no travels, no dribbles. Your space is going to be this half of the volleyball white court. You ever see what I mean? Defense, what do you think you're going to do? Deflect the pass. 1,001, 1,002, 1,003. 1. Red ball, red. Play from there, red. Got to get 10 passes. 1, 2. Violation, out of bounds. Out of bounds. Dribble, out of violation. No, we had a dribble. Red ball, we had a dribble. 1, 2. Violation, white ball. And stop. Okay, now we got a problem. How can we solve this? We've gotten past 2. Okay, we got to talk. Shh. It's the white. Okay? Who can walk the line and show me the boundary? Walk the boundary. Show me the boundary. And this is what I do with little kids. You have to do that. Don't assume they know. No, right up to this one. This is the half court of the volleyball court. So everybody got it? So we got to know the boundary. We got to talk. I'm going to add a new rule. You got to pivot. You're going to pivot the pass. Make sure you're pivoting. Get some good pivoting going. Question? All right.
So this is play actual rules, so no walking the ball.
That's right. Play. 1, 2. Good pivoting. That's it. White. 1. 1. Oh, violation. Now, I'm going to make any pass, rainbow passes, a violation. Any rainbow is a violation. Play. 1, 2, 3. Red ball. 1. White ball. 2. 1 pass. Red. And stop. Now, you can see we could spend a long time on this, and they're not going to get 10. I could go to some on-air passing drills. Do you think that's going to help that? Nope. It's not going to help. The best way I know is keep doing that. But I would guide them with some of my rules that I'm going to use. Okay, so I guide them with some rules. So here's one of the rules we're going to put in. First of all, who's been doing all the counting? Me. You got to count. So make a pass.
1.
You've got to say 1, and I have to hear it.
We all say 1 or just you?
Just you. And that's an important thing. That was a good question. If I allow one person to count, the loud person on the team will dominate your whole season, their whole career, and the quiet person will never learn to talk. Do not give them an out that they don't have to talk. Okay, so the person who catches has to talk. You ready? Play. Whoa, freeze. Now, guys, hold it. Where is our space? Okay, why are we all here? I'm going to give you a suggestion. How is the best way to get open? Is it to come everybody stand right here? It's to get away from the ball. Get away from the ball first. Play. Get away from the ball. Red. Violation. How many catches was that? Violation. No, violation. I didn't hear 1. Violation. I've done a whole practice of just this game, in case you're wondering. I've done this. But eventually we do different things out of it. But here we go. Good. 2. Good. 3. 4. Good. Okay, now. Starting to get some progress. Hold up, we're starting to get some progress. I'm going to give another suggestion. At first, you're going to think this is going to be a good idea, but it's going to help you. Make 1 pass to Lucas. Lucas, what do you say?
1.
You must touch a line, a sideline or an end line, before you're back in the play.
Sideline of the
badminton. Just your foot. So let's make a pass here to Jordan. Lucas, what do you got to do after you pass? Touch a line. I would suggest you touch one away from him. Why am I suggesting that? it makes more space. If we run to him, okay, so we're going to start with Jordan with the ball. We're at 0, right? We're at 0. So you make a pass, make a pass, make a pass. You've got to go touch a line. Now, there's a line right beside you there you could touch, but I would suggest you go further away. Ready? Play for that. Play. Touch a line. White ball, white. Call it out, Jordan. Violation. No, didn't hear it. I was kind of nice to Jordan. Okay, now, what would you do different on that pass? Could have bounced it. Don't lob it. Okay, so you can see we're slowly, I mean, I'm seeing some progress here. I'm going to cut this one off, but you have to be patient with them and you have to guide them. But they will slowly get some. Now, some of the other progressions I do is, okay, so they have to touch a line. Okay, sometimes you can't pass to the same person you just passed to or who you received from. So you just have to think of the rules. No statue of liberty passes. Okay? Now, one of the things that these players need to work on, and Brian talked about yesterday, is most of them step instead of pivot. And we just assume that pivoting and stepping is the same. So guys, here's what I want. With your partner, Jordan, ball right here, partner up with someone your size and strength a little bit. Give me one pair right here. Lucas, you're here, and your name is? Kieran, right here, and who's your partner? You guys right here. Jordan and Josh right here. Okay, get in a good stance, Lucas, what you think is a good stance. Okay, now, I want you to pivot and grab the ball there, Kieran. I'll show you. I want you to, let's have another ball. Can you throw us a ball? Everybody's going to need a ball, guys. Everybody get a ball. Everybody get a ball. Get a ball. I'll demonstrate with Lucas here. Okay, why don't you get in a good stand. I still use the word triple threat because I think it helps kids still understand. Get in a balanced position. I want you to pivot, and as you pivot, I'm just going to push on you. Check your balance. When you're traveling, keep pivoting, keep pivoting. Okay, now see, he was starting to get a pivot instead of a step. You do it to me. So I'm pivoting. If I step, what do you notice with my heel? It comes up. If I'm stepping, push on me, he will knock me off balance. So technically a step is anytime, here's my hip on this line, anytime my hip moves forward, that's the biomechanical definition of a step. Does that make sense? A pivot is what? My hip is staying in that same space. Okay, push on me now. Are you even there? Push, come on. Push, push, push. Okay, so I'm pivoting. He should not be able to push me, but push again. As soon as I raise my heel and step, that's what happens. Did that happen to you guys? I do this, push on me a little bit, just use your body, and I do. Instead, if I pivot, push on me, push. Push! Come on, push! Push! Okay, so we have to learn the difference. So everybody see what you're doing? One guy's pivoting, not stepping. Other guy just push. Ready? Where you go? Come on, push. Push on him. Push. Stay low. Pivot. Keep your heel down. Josh, get that heel down. You're up on your toe. Okay, freeze. Now, Josh. Jordan, sorry. Watch Jordan do it again, what you're doing. Pivot. Pivot. Keep going how you're doing it. Get up on that toe. See, his toe is getting up. Now he's better. See, get that toe. Okay? And there's nothing wrong with your full foot. We've gotten in this idea that you always pivot. This is how my coach taught. Pretend you're butting out a cigarette. Well, hopefully no one knows what that looks like anymore. It was pretty common in my day. And that's what he used to say, just pretend you're butting. But that was terrible teaching. Because that is not what you do. Because I got my heel up. It also means my knee, there is an ACL injury looking to happen. Do you think I should talk about what we talked about last night, the strong foot? I think we should. Most ACL injuries Brian talked about, a good foot is when my knee and toe are in a straight line. If I flatten my arch, What did my knee just do, coaches? Where's it now pointing? So I get lazy, I just flatten my arch. So why I have to learn to keep a strong foot? If I want to make a strong elbow and arm, I make a strong fist. Well, the same thing here. I've got to keep my arch of my foot strong. Soft, strong. So remember Brian said how do injuries occur? On a landing or deceleration, and usually there's someone around me and my attention was taken away. I land and I have a soft foot, boom, injury. I've got to learn to keep a strong foot. So this is the same thing in our pivot, guys. I want a strong foot. So when I have a strong foot, it's my whole foot that's kind of turning. If anybody's ever in martial arts, you never show this or this. Okay? So I'm actually keeping my whole foot down as I pivot, and my knee and my toe are really facing in the same direction all the time. So I'm never getting that twist. Very, very important. Let's try it one more time. Switch it up with your partner. Ready? Here we go. Pivot. Pivot. There's a good pivot right there. Good. Nice. Nice. Good job. Okay? Good. Okay, now we're going to look at starting. Here's what I want. You stay right there, Malcolm. You set your ball down. Malcolm? Is that your name? Josh. Why do I keep calling you Malcolm? Josh, right there. Right here. Your name is? Donald, right here. Set your ball down. Jordan, you set yours down. Here, with the ball, without the ball. Now, we move it off the side. Jordan, take this one too. Okay, right here. So, let me demo. Josh, ball. Josh, I'm going to make a pass to you. Show me a target hand. I'm going to make a good pass. Josh is going to hold the ball out to a side. Josh, I want you to just hold the ball out to one side like this. Here or here when I pass it to you. Okay, show me target. I pass. Hold it out to the side. I see the ball there, guys. I'm going to make a change of direction. Strong foot. And now I'm going to catch. Stop. Now, I want to start my foot closest to the defender is how I'm going to start my dribble. Stop. Pivot. Josh, pivot with me. Show me another target hand. Oh, that side. So I better pass like this then. Hold it out to a side. Change of direction. Stop. Which foot steps first? Foot closest. Why, coaches? Why do I want my foot closest starting my dribble? Okay. Josh. I create separation. So here I am, Josh. Pretend I'm going by you, and I step with this foot. Oh, you can take it. If I step with this foot, you can't take it. My body's in the way. Isn't that interesting? Here's the other thing. Push on me a little bit as I step. If I step with this foot, push on me. See, I can't brace. Push on me now. I can push. If I step with it, push on me. I can push into him. So all this idea of starting with crossovers, a lot of people think, well, it's ridiculous. So the main reason we want to start with a crossover is I can get my body to protect, and I'm strong to push in. It has nothing to do that we don't like this step. It has to do with you're stronger and better protected. Okay? So, let's see how you do. Pass, change your direction, cut, hold it to a side, a little lower. Now, which foot starts your dribble? Go 2 dribbles, jump, stop, pivot, face them, hold it lower down. Which foot? Right to here. Pass to Josh. Hold it. Change your direction. Which foot starts? Other foot. There. Now you can see they're thinking right now. This is a phase A, and what are we working on in phase A? What are the 2 things we work on in phase A drills? Form and speed. I would rather they go faster and make mistakes faster than try to go slow and avoid making mistakes. It kind of sounds crazy, but to me, you learn better going faster and you retain it because it's more like what you're going to do in the game. We do too many of these things in slow motion. I'll let them do a couple, but eventually I've got to get them going faster to do it. Okay, guys, let's go a little faster. Get the concept in your heads. Here we go.
Hold it out to the side. That's it. Good, Karen. That's it. Go. Hold it a little lower, Josh. Oh, other foot, Jordan. Now switch it up. Make sure you're switching it up. Switch it up. Go again. Go again. Which foot? Which foot? This foot. So if he does it wrong, okay, guys, let's load this up a little bit. You go again. I'll be you. Pass, come. Back up a little bit. We can get a little faster. Pass. Come with some speed. Change direction. Now, guys, here's what I want the defense to do. Start to dribble. Go. Go. I'm going to dig a little bit. So if he doesn't do it correct, you'll expose the ball. Does that make sense? Go hard that way. Go hard. Go hard. A couple more drills. Stop. Pass. Change the direction. Come get it. Come get it. Stop. Which foot? Which foot? Which foot? Which foot? Good. He knows once I start to reach. Okay? So dig a little at him. There we go. Speed it up. You switch. Here we go. Speed it up. Good. Here we go. Speed it up. Now try not to stop as you can. A little bit of a quick stop, and then go right away. Go right away. Go right away. Good. Go right away. Get her speed up. Let's go. Get her speed up. And stop. Now, good, Jordan. Ball's back here to Josh. This time, Josh, we're going to make it more realistic, guys. Instead of out to the side, hold it in front of your left foot or your right foot. We're making the decision a little more game-like now. So now come take the stop in front of me. Jump stop right in front of me, right in front, split my foot. Where's your advantage? Which way to go, right or left? Right, so what are you going to do? Twist, cross over. And now you should be getting that shoulder, but look where you're going. See that? That's the position we want. Right? And now you're by me. Get that toe straight, hit them. Okay, let me show. So in slow motion, coaches, Jordan, you hold the ball. Hold it over your toe. So I change direction. What ideally we want to do, coach, is there's a twist, and I'm stepping. It is not this which we've taught for generations, this long first step. How many people have seen coaches talk about that? If you saw me, you probably saw me do it one time. But again, it was one of those things that you can't do in fast speed. What's the problem with this position? Is what am I going to do in my second step? There's nothing. I cannot go fast from this position because I already have what's called a negative shin angle. The only way I can push forward is to somehow get a shin angle here that I can now push. And the only way I know that now is to take some kind of slow steps. So my first step never goes past the shin angle that's negative. So it's not a long first step. Okay, so he has the ball. Yes. Yes, you do. Excellent. Say nice and loud to coaches what you said. What do you do with the ball?
Like we rip the ball across.
Excellent. You rip the ball, and that twist, coaches, because if I don't twist, remember I talked about crossing your femurs? If I don't twist and I do this, what is this leg going to do? It has to do this. It has to split step, and that's a travel. So the twist prevents the travel. And it's like getting my skate blade in the ice. So there's just that little twist that you don't even notice at full speed. And it should prevent split foot. Okay, so I was talking too much. Hold the ball out again. Show me, I'll be you. I'll wave. Show my target hand. Show me target hand. I pass. Hold it out right over one of your toes. Out over your toe. Direct accent. Right in there. So that tells me here, I'm coming here. Stop. Twist and go. Stop. Ready? Here we go. Hold it over your toe. It's over there. Over there. I got to go here. Coming in. Hold it right over your toe. Twist. Go. Ready? There you go. Twist and go. Twist and go. Good. Don't jack it up too high. Switch it up. Keep going. Do twice each and then switch it up. That's it. Go quicker. Go quicker. That's it, Josh. Switch it up. Switch it up. Switch your partner up. Okay, let's make this more game-like. So I want to take this more and start loading it. So if I was doing a practice, if this was my concept, I would keep this through my practice. So the story's going to stay the same for the entire practice. or this chapter. Think of each practice like a chapter of the book. I'm going to stay and develop this character in the chapter a little bit, in the plot line. I'm not jumping all over the place so the book doesn't make sense to anybody. So it's got to read like a book for the kids. So maybe we're going to really work on our crossover starts to attack. So maybe that's the concept. So remember I said we had warm-up, then we did skills, then we do concepts, offensive and defensive concepts, and then we scrimmage. That's basically our practice. How long that practice is dependent on how much time you have. I would say the majority of our time, I always kind of work backwards, but I like to have at least 10 minutes of scrimmage with the kids. But if I have a 2-hour practice, I would probably have more. But don't think with scrimmage you just run up and down the floor. There's some control things like Brian was doing. Okay? So let's take this one and just load it a little bit, and then I'll show you a couple other skills. So here's what we're going to do. Josh, start under the basket. Jordan here. Under the basket, ball under the basket. Wing, top. You stay top. So inside the block chart circle. So guys, you got to be aware of other people. I like confusion as long as the players are aware, because there's always traffic in that area, and they've got to be able to see it and make decisions. You want to back off the 3. Back off the 3. Remember, 10, there was an offensive rebound. We're kicking out. You got to hop into that pass. No, sorry, I changed my mind. I'm allowed to do that. I want to make it more realistic. Let's back up. Back up some more. You guys are going to dribble out. Break out, dribble it out. Pass out here to them. Now you guys, you want to make a return pass to them just inside the 3, land on 2 feet. So keep running, Josh. Make a pass to him so he can catch it just in, that's right. Just like that, good. Now you guys are going to do the same. Put it over one toe. Hold it over one toe. Run to the ball. Do your stop. Now attack the basket to score. You got to run out and touch half. Run out and touch half. Run out and touch half. Break out, dribble, pass. Now you got to get the return pass right at the 3. Come to your stop. Read the defense. Come to your stop. Good. Read the defense. Good. Touch half. Okay. Come to your stop. Use your good twist and go. Mix up how you hold the ball. Touch half, Josh. Now remember I talked about heart rates and intensity? The further I make them run in this, what's that going to do to heart rate? So if I know I want to get some fitness in today, I can say, well, I'll get more fitness because I'll make them run a little further. And notice there's no subs. So by controlling my subs and controlling distance, I can also control intensity. Does that make sense? Now, freeze, guys, good? How's your hearts right now? Starting. I would say if I had the heart rate monitors on, I would say they're probably in high green to yellow. So that yellow is 80% of the max heart rate. Red is 90%. Okay, green is 70%. So they're probably only about 70%. The game's played in the red. Short bursts in red. Okay, so they're not even up to game speed yet. Now, Brian talked about this, and this is one of the biggest things I learned from the summer is we do too much of our decision making on our own defender, which is good. We're doing a pretty good job of this in Canada. Guided defenders on making a decision with the ball. The one we got to do a better job on is guiding defense where? At the rim versus the help defender. We just do too many drills where we assume as soon as we beat our check, we go all the way to the rim. Would you agree? Think of all the drills you do, how many times if it's a drill, not a scrimmage type thing, where there's nothing there to guide a decision at the rim. So we're going to change this up. I'm just showing you how I can keep loading one simple drill from an A to a phase B. Phase B is a guide. Phase C drills is now we're going to turn into like a 2-on-2. Okay? So I can kind of do a B drill too for this. Okay, here's what I want. You guys are doing the exact same thing. You two just take a seat for just a second. I'm going to use you in a second. You won't need your ball. So here's what's going to happen. You've got to go under the ball basket with Jordan, right? You've got to mirror him, but you're going to become a help defender. No, let's switch it. You go red. You go red. Let's do it red and white. Exact same thing on that side. All we're using is this this little drill here to start to play what? 2-on-2. Does that make sense? We're doing the exact same drill just to start playing 2-on-2, then you guys are going to come in for 3-on-3 in a second. Ready? Here we go. Let's do it. Pass, pass back, give him a read. Whoa, 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 now, hold it. Did you create an advantage? No. How can you create the advantage? Go how? Go to the basket. Go again. Go at speed now. Or go at speed. Josh, go at speed. Go at speed. Go hard. Pass it to him. Read right away. Now we're playing. Now we're playing. Play. 2-on-2. Keep playing. Keep playing. Freeze, freeze. Now my rule is, if he has the ball, you got to be outside the 3 to start. You got to get outside the 3. Why? Create space. So guys, if you come in with me in any drill today, you understand that? Get outside the 3. And that same rule as Brian had, you cannot be in the same box. In fact, I'd like to be in 2-on-2, get 2 boxes away. Get away from them. Play now, play. Well, freeze, freeze. Violation, same box. You were in the same box. Okay, switch it up, switch it up. So white go onto the basket, reds come out, reds come out. And let's give it to Kieran this time. Kieran, come this side. You go to half, touch half, red touch half. Pass it to him, pass it back, and we're going to play the advantage. There's the advantage, play. Was that a good decision? Excellent. He used an extended layup because he saw he had the open basket. That's one decision we want. If you can beat the help defense with speed, use an extended layup. I'll talk later about this layup versus this layup. Okay, red ball, red ball. Red ball again, they scored, so white. No, red, you scored. No, we'll give it to white. We'll give it to white. We will. No, you're playing live. Once he makes that move, it's like touch half, touch half, touch half. Pass it. Here we go. Give your advantage read. Play. Break it out. Give it to white. Give it to white. You guys touch half. Pass it out. Pass it back. Give him an advantage read. Come right out to the 3-point line. No. Josh. You want to come right to the 3-point line. So Jordan, you want to pass to him. See, this is a passing drill. And I'm going to talk about it later, but we better talk about it now. A good pass has a time and a place. Josh, what did I just say? Has a time and a place. So it's got to arrive on time, on target. Where exactly is the place we want to catch this ball? Kieran, show us from your side. Where's the place you want to catch the ball from? Lucas. Where did I say? No, if Lucas had the ball, where exactly would you want to catch this pass for this drill? Behind the 3-point line, and how your feet face parallel to the 3-point line. Show me where you need to catch. That's the exact place the ball has to be caught. And the timing has to be, you have to make sure you pass it to him when he's going to be at that place. That's the exact time and place. I call with my little girls, it's the bus stop. And the analogy I use with my little girls is, Toronto's like any city. There's some scary places in the city, especially at dark when we practice. And I tell the girls, if you get to the bus stop too early, there's going to be some creepy guys there. And you don't want to be sitting in the bus stop with all these creepy guys because you get a little nervous that they might steal something. Right? So if I get there too late, the bus is already gone. So you want to get to the bus stop just as you know when the bus is arriving. Now you don't even have to say hello to the creepy guy. You just get on the bus and away you go. So in basketball, it's the same thing. You want to arrive at the spot, you want to catch the ball at the right time. If you get there too early, the creepy guy's going to steal the ball. He's going to steal the ball. If you get there too late, the bus is already gone. The ball, your chance to get the ball is gone. So you got to be at the bus stop at the right time. Now the bus driver has to know that too. Like it's not all just on the person getting on the bus. The bus driver has to make sure he's driving the bus or she's driving the bus to get it there at the right time. So right now you're the bus driver. You've got to get to the bus stop at the right time and deliver that ball. Okay, so let's try it again. On time. Here we go. A lot of talking for. So you got to be out to half. You pass it early, and don't you start to wait till you have to judge his running. So pass it out, long pass out. Now, you gotta run to your spot, and he'll pass it to you at the right time. Good. Now hold it over your toe, and now you, Jordan, you attack this. Attack hard. Play, go hard, play. 2-on-2. No violation. Has to get to 3. After you pass, you gotta get to 3. In 2-on-2, when they pass, they gotta get to 3. I want them to keep learning the space. When we get to 3-on-3, that's different. Let's bring in our other 2 guys. Okay, go corner, corner. And now we got an eye built on defense. We should have a low eye and a high eye. So who's the low eye right now? You understand the term of a low eye? You're the low person helping, and you're the high person helping. Now let's go slow. So pass it out to Josh. Get to the bus stop on time. Get the ball there. Get the bus there. Get the good. You're a little short of the bus stop. Get to the bus stop. I'm fussy. You'll never meet a fussier coach. That's the bus stop. The bus was a little late. Get that bus there earlier. Parallel. Hold it over your toe. Now you got to take this rip and attack. Now freeze. What do you think? Does he have a good double gap? What's a double gap? We talk with double gaps, coaches. Here's this middle box. He's there. And you know he's going to attack this space. Where do you need to be? You need to be a double gap. Do not be in this box, because it makes his help too easy. Okay, Josh, just go slow. You attack. Middle. Who's going to help in this? This would be a high eye help. Now, you sometimes might steal, or you can stay. It's up to you. You can choose what you do. You might go back door. You might stay for shot. Okay, let's say he goes baseline. I'll go the other, back up here. Josh, back up. Give him that other foot. Hold it over your right foot. Hold it over your right foot. Attack, go slow, attack the baseline. Now, whose help is that one? That's low eyes. You might stay, you might drop. We'll let you read. So we're also starting to work on our defensive rules. Okay? Okay, let's try it live here once. All the reds in the key. All the reds in the key. Give the ball to Jordan. Ready? Touch half white. Pass it out. Get to the bus stop. Pass. Now we're playing live on this. Go. Go hard, Josh. Go hard. Play. Roll, freeze. Josh. You and I would be doing, you know what I'd do with Josh? We would take some spare time before practice, and I would work with him on this. This is important. I've been watching you all weekend. You can do this. You've got to go to the basket. And I'm going to get you to do that again. He's got to get a sense for this. He doesn't have a sense yet. So let him start here, Jordan, with the ball. Give the ball here. Do you know who Usain Bolt is?
Yeah.
How fast is Usain Bolt? Is he slow or fast?
Fast.
Does Usain Bolt run in circles, or does he run straight lines? Straight lines. So how can you, here it is here, how can I go in a straight line like Usain Bolt?
Well,
Do I dribble over there? So I want to go as close to his hip as possible. So when I twist, see that thing? I see it right now. And see this shoulder? I'm going right there. I want you to do that. He likes Usain Bolt. Get down there. Start right there. Start right there. Twist and go. Go. That's it. There's Usain Bolt right there. Attaboy. Come back again. Go again. Go again. Here we go. Usain Bolt. Now, the only thing with Usain Bolt is now you got to get your eyes up and read, because he might help. That makes sense? But you go the same speed. Here we go. Yeah. So what do you... Yes. Okay, let's help Josh out here, because I think everybody's going to know. So let's go slow. This is when I go slow, but do you see why I want defense here and not on air? If I do this on air, I'm going to describe this wonderful picture that I see in my brain. But then I'm thinking that he sees the same picture. I'd rather we both see the same picture to talk about it. Okay, so let's be Usain Bolt again. And see, I would keep using that with him, even in the game. I'd say, Josh, Usain Bolt. Whatever analogy I find that works for a kid, that's the one I hammer home, because it makes a picture for him. Okay, Usain, here we go. You go. Now, let's go slow. Let's say he beat you. This is the small advantage, right? Now, freeze. What are you starting to anticipate? What's he doing? He's starting to help. Is that the only guy you got to worry about? What else is starting to happen? Do what you start to do. What are you seeing him start to do? So what might be the person that's open?
Marcus.
What if Lucas keeps dropping? Who's the guy?
And you need to be at a place where he can actually make that pass in the 45. Or what else is open?
A layup.
Is a layup open? Because he's pretty tall. Where else? Where were 3 shots? Your pull-up. Okay, so he's got to process all that information. And it's going to be ugly. I could do a nice drill where I tell him, okay, let's pretend now the defense sags and you do your pull-up. And now let's pretend. But that's not, he's not getting the stimulus he needs. They're now finding in tennis and cricket that batting machines were a bad idea. And ball machines and baseball. Why? What's missing that was important? Reading the pitching motion, reading the racket swing is much more important than just hitting the ball. It's that little reading skill that was missing, and they found that all these batters and tennis players who just use machines were not good in games because they weren't learning the cues they needed. So we need to teach them the cues. The only way to do that is actually use defense. Okay, so a lot of talking again. Let's start again. So we're going to start right from Usain Bolt position. Okay, now look, they're ready. So you got to read. Ready? Get low. Play. Play, keep playing. Good. Get to 3, Whites, get to 3. Get to 3 and play. Create a small advantage. Okay, switch it over. Reds, give it to White. Run out to half, Red. Run out to half, Red. Run out to half. Let's give it to Kieran this time. Oh, let's give it to Kieran, and he's going to make it to the middle. Okay, pass, get it to the bus stop on time. Now freeze. I'm concerned about my spacing, Red. You need to have a box open between you and this guy. And the bigger you make that opening, the better it is for him. So the further you can get down there, the better it is. Play. Give him a read. Play. Attack. Here we go. Nice. Nice. Keep it moving. Good. Keep attacking. Yes. Okay, freeze now. Pretty good. I like that. That's playing basketball. Let's give it back to Josh. Not Josh, sorry, Lucas. Lucas had the ball. He drove. Go back to where you were. This is when I may start to change my rule a bit. Remember I said getting to the 3? I talked about this yesterday, and it was right at this basket. We had a shot taken from over there. Dan, right? What your name is? Dawn, sorry. Dawn, if a shot is taken from there, where do you need to get to? A shot was released. Where's the hot spot? Get to that hot spot. Good. Who should have gotten to the short spot? Where's the short spot? No, where does it go? It actually went to the short spot. Lucas, where did it rebound to? That was the short spot. You probably should have followed to the short spot, right? Because it was a kind of a floater pull-up. And where's the cleanup? Right here. So it's just 3 guys we're going to work on. Now we can start loading in, getting to those spots. Okay? We can start to put that in, getting to those hot spots. Okay? Let's try again. So it's White, run to half White, run to half White. Let's have it go to, your name again is? Marcus. Marcus. We're going to go to Marcus on that wing. So pass to Marcus. Marcus, get it to him at the bus stop. Get it to him at the bus stop. Hold it over your toe. Freeze, Kieran. Whoa, Kieran, I'm upset. Whoa, freeze. Kieran, I'm still upset. I'm still upset. If he comes middle, where are you? That's right. Josh, where do you need to be? No, he can't in this area because he needs a double gap and a double gap on either side. So that means you probably should get down that corner. Because if Kieran needs to move, you need to be able to space. So they need to understand those concepts. When somebody's going to attack a double gap, what does it actually look like? Play from here. Pass. Give me a read there, Dan. No, over your toe. Right over your toe. Go hard. Attack. Go hard. Play. Good. Inbound. Red. Red. Run out to half. Red. Run out to half. No. White stays under. Red runs to half. Give it back to Lucas. Give it to Lucas. We're going to play from Lucas in the middle. Give him a double gap. Give him a double gap. Play. Keep playing. Keep playing. Give us our spacing, Jordan. Where's our hot spots? Good shot. Okay, so coaches, you kind of get an idea. Here's the last progression. Because I want to even make it more game-like. Is now you have to get this, right? So we'll use the same drill to start, but then we need to get transition. I'm not going to put that in, but do you understand? So that's the last, and now you're making it a more competitive phase D drill, right? Because now it's up. And if it was me, even my little girls, we would go 4 times. Up, back, back. And I use different coaching in each of these drills too. Remember TLC, teaching, learning, and competing. Once we start doing this one, I keep my mouth shut to stop the drill. Because I want them to learn to play through the mistakes. And what we're trying to get is, and with our older ages, we try to do this. We try to give each team, the offense and the defense, a chance for a score, a stop, and a score. So picture the offensive team, they get a chance to score here, stop, come back and score. Defense is trying to get a stop, then they try to get a score, a stop, and a score. Because that's how you create runs in the game of basketball. And we want them to understand what you just did on your last possession. Did you get a stop? Or you need to get a score now. Did you score? You need a stop. So it's not celebrating. You've got to understand. You've got to string a whole bunch of score, stop, scores together to be a successful team. And you, my little girls, are starting to understand that. They're saying, we got to get a stop now. We got to get a stop. Oh, we got to score. We got to stop them. Okay? So it's not like, yay, we scored. No, we got to stop them now. What's next? Okay, so let's now move on to some layups. You guys want to stay or want me some new people? You want to stay? Good. Anybody over there, or you guys all asleep? Give me 2 new guys if you want to. If you don't, stay. Anybody wants to stay, stay. Okay, who's the guys out here now? Who's the fastest guy of these guys out here? Who's the fastest? You are? Okay, Adam gave me a $100 bill for my meal money. If you beat me in the race, I'll give you the $100. It's a race. Are you ready? You ready? I just won. You ready to go again? You ready? I just won again. It's right here. I'll even get close to you.
What line?
I'm not telling you. Why would I tell you the line? It's this one right here. Okay, you owe me $300 because I beat you 3 times. Okay, so the point is, if we lined up down there, Emmanuel, is that right? If we line up in the baseline, or let's line up in this line right here, and we're going to sprint to that far end line. You ready? But I was running to here, though. Okay. So the point is, look, if we run to there, you'll beat me every time. But basketball is not a long race. It's made up of a whole bunch of what? Short races. Why could I beat you, Emmanuel? I know where the finish line is, and I know when the gun goes off. He doesn't know, does he? He has no idea. So I have to know when to go, and I have to know where I'm going to. I know I'm going to a bus stop, right? I'm usually cutting to a bus stop, but I have to know when they get there. He doesn't know that. But players who play in the same space all the time at the same tempo, the defense can figure it out. So we're going to work on short races. So let's go left hands. Everybody partner in the ball. Partner in the ball. So Josh, right here, who's your partner? What's your name? Kyler, offense here, Josh. Partner in the ball. We need 6 guys. 6 guys.
Hey, somebody else.
Josh, right here. Right here. Skyler, right here. Kyler, right here. Okay, line behind him, man, right here. Okay, your name is? Tiernan. Yeah. You go with Emmanuel. We give the ball there. And then you 2 line up behind him. Your name is? Kaylin. Okay, now, this is called short race. Josh, you go with me. I'll demonstrate. I'm on offense. Josh, you've got to keep your shoulder in line with mine, running backwards. Your defense. So, we're going in a short, stay even with me. So we're in a short race, short race, short race, short race, short race, and then all of a sudden, I turn it on the jets and I'm going for my layup. Come on. Okay? Do you understand? You can't play live until I go fast. Okay? Once you're finished here, just slowly dribble up there and then switch positions and go with that basket. Okay, go slow and then go fast. Whoa, 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 whoa. Shoulder to shoulder. Here we go. No touching them, though. Okay, next 2. Here we go. Don't get that shoulder in front. Okay, next two, here we go. Okay, you switch positions, go that way. Okay, there you go. Okay. Manuel, don't you cheat, get that shoulder in front. Okay, nice, nice. One more. And stop. Hold up. Hold up. Now, coaches, why am I using this? What's the purpose of this type of layup drill? There's someone on you in a game, so they're learning that there's a defense. What else are they learning? Change of speeds, which is crucial. How many of these layups did you see as opposed to this? Did we have any of these layups? Yes, we did. Were they made? No, we had one. The very first one was a block down there. Yeah, it was a block. It was a Wilson burger. Okay. Did we have any good stretch layups? Yeah, we had a nice stretch. Did we have any reverse layups? Yeah. That was a plan B. Okay, because he said, well, if I come up on this side, Emmanuel's going to, I better use something else. So we're starting to make good decisions at the rim. This layup here is the most overused and the most missed shot in the game of basketball. And we all taught it, especially the little girls, because we thought they weren't strong enough. And I still think it's the best one to start with. The problem is, as you get older, you release it right here, and the defense can pressure it. Remember the guy with the things yesterday? What type of layup did most of the guys use when they went in there? And this is what happened when the players start thinking about contact. They go contact, and then where's the ball? And now what type of layup did they do? How many layups were made yesterday in that drill? Any? None. Because what happens is they get into here, and now they can't get their arms away from the body to extend. And you need to be able to extend to have finesse on your layups. So I'm not saying it's a bad thing to do, but you don't want players jumping this way with the ball in here. They got to learn to take on the contact, but still extend. And as I extend here, extend here. But this layup, Kia Nurse for us made 0 layups, I think, this year, summer, on the right-hand side. Because that's what Kia would do. She'd go and take the contact, because in high school, no one in Ontario could stop her in high school. She was a 6'1" guard on our national team. What high school player is going to stop her? She goes in, just bangs them, shoots from here, she misses, gets a rebound, puts back in. So she goes up against women who are like 6'4", 6'5", they just stand there like, what are you doing? You can't score. So she is still, even now, she's going to Connecticut. I guarantee you she's at Connecticut, she's going to have to learn how to extend. Or she's going to just miss all her layups again. And she knows that, but it's hard to change 6-7 years of success shooting like this. And it wasn't that we didn't try to work with her on it, but she just kept getting rewarded in competition with shooting that layup. Okay, guys, we're going to go again. Really think about your extended layups. You understand? We're staying on the left side. Staying on the left side. You two up first. You guys stay here, Manuel. You go that way. Now, here's the cheat. This is what guys do to cheat. If I was guarding, your name again?
Tiernan.
Tiernan, start to go. This is what they'll do. They figured out, instead of shoulder, what did you want to do? They want to put their chest, their shoulder in here. Why? Because now he goes fast, I can kind of control. So, no cheats just yet. Eventually I'll allow that cheat, but at first don't let him cheat. Okay? So man, don't you cheat. There we go. There we go. Good extension, nice extension. That's what we want. That's it. Oh, Josh, you started too soon. You started too soon, Josh. You might be a little too soon, Jordan. Jordan, you start too soon. And stop. Now, in general, the three-point line area is where you want to think about your going fast. What happens when you start out there, Jordan? He might catch up to you, which he did. If I wait too late, same thing. So, but they don't know exactly where it is. It's somewhere in that area. Because we want to be about one dribble at speed. One dribble. Okay, let's take this same drill and load it. Because maybe I was working on these layups, now I want to build this drill. So, you two stay there at half. Set your ball down. Man, go white jersey. Give me, take your shirt off, go red. You got red underneath there? You go red. So give me reds are on offense. Go Jordan that corner. Your offense, come up as the reverse, or the swing guy. Up just a bit, Jordan. Go match up on Jordan. Don't need a ball. One ball. We're going to go 3-on-3 right away. Now, I could start 2-on-2. We're going to go 3-on-3. Oh, we need one. Grab one there, Manuel. We got one. Okay, so, no, it's Josh and who? What did I say? White's on D? Or white's on D, right? White's on D, red's on O. Start here, shoulder, shoulder, go over by your player. Okay, as he starts to dribble, you guys can move up the 4-2. So back up just a bit, Jordan. Now, you got to think though, you guys have to build the low and high I on defense. Do you understand? So as he dribbles, you got to start bouncing into low and high I. But you got to start up here first. But every dribble he takes, you can start going on the diagonal to your spot. Does that make sense? You can be off a little more too about the white. No, right here. Your name again is Kate, right in here. You can start in about here. Okay, shoulder to shoulder, Josh. Back to half. Remember where you want to start your fast race. Now, you're going to be ready for decision making. Get in the stance, though. Get in the stance. Get in the stance. Ready? Here we go. Start to adjust. Get your positioning. Ready for the fast race. Josh, don't get that arm in there. Now we're playing. 3-on-3. Freeze, freeze. Whoa, hold it, freeze. Ball back. Soon as we catch a ball, he must have a double gap. That means he's in this space. You can't be in this space. Give him a double gap. Why? Because we want to create a small advantage to turn into a big advantage, using Brian's language. You stand here, he can't make a small advantage. He's going to jack up some bad three. I've been watching. He's going to take some bad three, thinking that's a great advantage. I want an open three, not a contested three. So get away from him. We're going to play from right here. Play. Here we go. Play. Keep playing. Freeze. Now. Hold it. Nice shot. Ball back here. Yep. Let's go slow. You needed to give him a double gap. Penetrate. Slow. Pass went here. Where were you? You were standing right there. So what can he do? He can help. He can double. Give him a double gap. Get down there. Now after you kicked it, you got to decide, am I going to continue through? Am I going out? Eventually we have 5 at this age. We may start, he can come and screen through, like there's all kinds of things. But give a double gap. That's one of the first concepts we've got to get. Okay? Let's come back and let's rotate. So now let's give it to, that was red, right? White ball right here. And let's have, you two are there. So let's come here. So this is who now? White. You're going to be that position. They're there. So you be that position first. We'll go through a couple times. So this is white, isn't it, Manuel? Yep. White's on offense, defense. Shoulder to shoulder. Over here now, who's building the eye on defense? Now, Josh, your guys' job is to play off the penetration. Ready? Play. Shoulder to shoulder. Ready? Where's my eye? Build the defense. He's going to be going here. Play. Give him a double. Freeze! He caught the ball right here. Where do you need to be? He's caught the ball right there. You need to give him a double gap. Okay? Now, if this was my practice, if I feel someone's not paying attention, I'll make a sub. Okay? So if you don't understand, that's different, but if you're not paying attention, I'd make a sub. Okay? Let's rewind. So this is now whose ball? You guys rotate through. So this is now you guys right here.
I'm going to give it back to White. White ball. Give it back to White. Now, coaches, do you notice that all my drills I'm mostly doing on the left-hand side? That's on purpose. Okay? I mostly do them on the left. Okay? We ready? Play. Short race. Where's my help? Okay? Rotate, rotate, quickly. We'll put the last piece in. Now we're playing transition. We're going once, 4 times, 3-on-3. This is live 3-on-3 basketball. 4 times. Live 3-on-3 basketball. This is the only controlled one. Ready, play. Josh, help defense. Now we're playing. Here we go, play, play, play. Whoa, 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 whoa. New rule. We just had the rules description, and it's a new rule. When it goes in, you got inbound. That's a new one. Here we go. Play. 3-on-3. Building double gaps now. Build a double gap. Create an advantage. White. Inbounding White. Inbounding White. Build your double gaps. Play off this, play off this. Play off that, Josh. Attack. Make a big advantage, good. Inbounding, inbounding. Here we go, go, go. Got to get a score now. Need to stop, White. Need to stop, White. Need to stop. Play off that, play off that. Inbounding, here we go. Got to get a stop, Red. Got to get a stop, Red. Play off that. Rebound. Oh, good hot spot, Josh. Good hot spot. Play, build it again. Okay, that's our 4. That's 4. Good job. Okay, take a seat, guys. Take a seat. Okay, so again, that would be later on in the practice. We start to get them running, and you can start to see then you're going to start working on your fitness. You should not have to do suicides at the end of practice to build fitness if you plan right. Now, the problem with going 3-on-3 like that for that long is what? What's my other 6 people doing? So I would probably not go that with 6 people only. Maybe you get up to 4-on-4 because of that. So with 3, I might not go down and back. But with 4, I would probably, or 6, it's just 6 people involved, I probably would not go that long. I'd get more people involved to keep the practice active. Because that's when problems occur, when they're standing on the sideline for a long time. If you're having behavioral problems, it's probably you not designing your practice right. Okay, and you're allowing too much. Okay? So we've done some passing, and we've done some stops and starts, we've done some layups. I want to look now at some ball handling. Okay, some ball handling. And again, you're going to see it's not on air. I'm not doing it on air. Again, you can do some on air, but it's for form and for speed. The other thing when you do on air, make them visualize a defender. Don't do on air patterned cones. I go 2 here, left, right. Make it random. Make it herky-jerky. Okay? Okay, give me 2 guys, 2 ball handling type guys. Let me, right there, you're good. I want, right there, 2 little guys. Yep, that's good. Yep, come on up. 1 ball. 1 ball. Now, I have a couple other guys who haven't been involved. You haven't been involved all day. You're coming in next, right there with the goggles, because you haven't been involved all day. Who else hasn't been involved all day? Sean. Okay, so you 2 get warmed up. You're coming in. You 2 are coming in. So no, let's get you in now. Why am I waiting? Get in here. You 2 get in here. Yep, come on. You're a good ball handler. Now, on the sideline, everybody needs a ball. 4 guys need a ball. With a partner. Go your own size. Match up by size. Everybody needs a ball. Everybody needs a ball. On the sideline, go shoulder to shoulder. You guys go on this side of half. Shoulder to shoulder with your partner. Don't actually have to touch yet. So, which hand are you going to dribble in? Based on where the guy is. Your outside hand. All I want you to do is the guy on the right, so the 2 black shirts, you're the leaders, you're just going at a pace, you have to stay shoulder to shoulder with them. Dribble with your left hand. Does that make sense? Way you go. Just stay with them. A little faster, a little faster. Watch their eyes, coaches, because they come back, watch their eyes and see if they're looking down or up. Okay, guy in the, should be the, did you guys change sides? Should be the guy in the red now being the leader, right? Eyes up. Pick a coach out and look at a coach. Keep your eyes up. Ready, go. Stay with him. Look at coach. Okay? Now, this time, black shirts. Black shirts are the leaders. I want herky-jerky, stop-start. Try to lose the guy. Reds, you got to stay shoulder-shoulder. Ready, go. Okay, now, coaches, you notice the difference? This group is learning, this group is not learning. You guys aren't learning anything. Did you lose a ball? Did you go over comfort zone? No, this group was going fast and stuff. Go fast. That's how you learn. Okay, reds are leading. Reds, go. Okay, now, we're going again. Beat them more than once. If you could stop, beat them really good, stop, let them catch up, and beat them again. See how many times you can beat. This is black. Ready, go. Okay, red. See how many times you can beat them. Here we go. Okay, good. So now we're learning, and they have to remember what Brian talked about, how it's a different skill on air with somebody around you. Learning to dribble with somebody around you, you've got to be aware of that person. Now we're going to get into some of the reads and some of the contact that happens. Take about that much space between you. Okay, so your name is? Blake and Austin. Was it? Mason. So here's what's going to happen. We're going to take about 2 dribbles, Mason, and then we're going to come together and bump shoulders. Boom. Come apart and bump. Now, guys, which leg should my weight be on when I bump? Mason, go beside here. Should it be on my leg closest to Mason or my leg furthest away from Mason? Why? We already talked about with the crossover. What can I do? I can push into him. If I get caught on this one, push me. Timber. So I have to learn how to take on contact. Now, am I allowed to extend? You do that in Europe. You do that to a Spanish player, a Brazilian player, a Greek player. Whoa! That's what they'll do. I'm serious. So we have to learn you can't extend. Adam, I was acting too much. I mean, it's like they'll call out the Red Cross and you just put your arm like that. Same thing if you deny. If I'm denying you the ball, and if he tries to clear my arm, they just throw their arm up and okay? So as Canadians, we're too nice to that. We don't think about that, but you can't extend. That's a long sidebar, just to keep the crowd alive up there. So 2 dribbles, bump. 2 dribbles, bump. Ready? Way to go. That's it. Keep your control. Learning to take on a little contact. Good. Switch it up. Left, other hand back. Other hand back. That's it. Good. Now with the girls, this is an important one. Learning to take on some contact at first, but they love it after a while. They love it. Now, here's what's going to happen. One guy set the ball down. The red, set the ball down. Mason, come on up here. Mason, see that line? Mason's going to try to dribble along that line. I'm going to be on your hip with my friendly form. This is a foul, but we're learning how to handle some contact. As you dribble, I'm going to try to push you off that line. Don't you let me push you. Just go slow. So I'm trying to push him off that line. Okay, now I got a little advantage on. Let's go again. So he's got to learn how to resist that a little bit. You ready? Get into me. Get into me. That was good. Okay? Now, it's not a shove. It's just a steady push. Good job. Okay? Get him off that line. Don't let him push you off that line. That's it. Okay? Switch it up. Switch it up. Switch it up. On his side. What's your name? Allie. On the side of him. Which hand you going to drill with?
Right.
There's your line.
So I wasn't sure if it was right.
Now get right on that hip. Go. Okay, go. Okay, now this time, Mason, take the ball again. I better do it with this hand. I don't want to hit you with my watch. So he's dribbling, guys. Watch. I'm teeing him up. We call this force position. I'm going to dig. You got. Okay, start to dribble. Start to dribble. Now, I don't want you sliding. You do it to me. So I'm dribbling. Dig. 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 What did I do?
Like straight?
Yeah, what else did I do? Let's go again. Here's what you were doing. You went like this to protect it. What did I do? Coach, so the key is watch what I'm doing with my shoulder. If I stay like this, what can you do?
Feel it.
So how am I going to protect with my body?
Shift your body.
I put my scapula, my shoulder blade, on your chest. And now I'm running. See what I did?
Yeah.
That's the secret. Okay, give it a try. There we go. Dig. But run. Don't walk. Run. Run. Get that shoulder. Ah, you're sliding again. You're sliding. Don't slide. Get your eyes up. Get your eyes up. Switch it up. Don't foul too much. Just dig on him. Just dig. Go. Dig. 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 Good. Okay? So, coaches, you see this, the key? It's to get this. All right? Not stay here and not turn into a... Okay, so now we're going to put this into some decision making that they have to do. We'll teach the reads. So, first one. Your name again is?
Blake.
Blake. Question, yes? Well, I'm here, but this arm is here. But don't ever extend. So it's just, so when I'm dribbling, it's here. Yeah. So if they reach, I'm allowed to, right? I'm allowed to break their, just protect. I just don't like this, because then they want to do that. Okay, so it's just, okay? Okay, now, this time, we're a guided defender. So Blake has the ball. You want to go right or left? Left. So Blake is dribbling. I'm starting in a forced position. Blake is starting to dribble. I'm going to allow him to get his chest. See this defense? I'm going to allow him to get his shoulder past my chest. Guys, just so the coaches can hear. When he gets his shoulder past my chest, what do you think you can do, Blake, to make it real hard for me to guard you and recover?
Go faster.
Well, I'm pretty fast for an old guy. If you run fast, keep dribbling, I can still do some funny things. And what should he do?
Step in front of
Yes. Have you ever heard the term KOB, K-O-B? That's a word that we use. Keep on back or keep on body. So once you get to here, put this shoulder blade on my chest. And now I'm dead. So coaches, it should look like he should come. There should be a little. Once he gets past me, you see what I did? Put your shoulder on him. So you give him a little read, Blake. Sorry, you're giving him a read. Yeah. Start in a force, but then let him go through quarter speed. Just go slow. So now, see how? Now get your chest. Now go straight. Now you might have to go here and then a crossover sometimes too, because we got the guys that like to do the reach, right? If they like to do the reach, I know that. I just get his chest and I do a crossover. He's going to hit me foul. Okay, give it a try. Give him a read now. Give him a read. Do it once with your right, then once with your left. Good. Now stop. Now stop. Now go with your left hand, no, your right hand. Do it twice. One right, one left. Get the chest. Good. Now switch it around. Switch it around. Get the chest on. Good. Now slow up. Do it again. Okay? Now I'm going fast. I'll usually give him a little more chance. Now remember Brian said he doesn't like straight line dribbles? If I had a lot of space, we would do this and go to score. Does that make sense, coaches? I'm trying to shorten to show you, but I would usually put the score part at the end of it. Does that make sense? So we're getting bang for the buck. Later I'll show you how we put it into positions. Okay, the next decision. Blake, you have it in your, you want to go with your left hand, right? I'm in a forced position, go slow, he dribbles. This time, I showed my chest. What are you going to do?
Crossover.
Ooh, I'd love you to cross over. Here's a term coaches we use. Never play parallel to pressure. So I'm pressuring you now, your feet are parallel to mine. You need to get perpendicular to pressure. Put your feet like that. Right, one there, one there. Right, put your foot right up in here. This one. Put this foot right up in here. And where's your dribble back there? He wants to get perpendicular to pressure. That's the furthest distance I have to go. And you remember the box out thing? Could I push you in that position? Get strong. Get parallel to me. Parallel. Can I push you there? And that's what I'll do. Right? So you want to get perpendicular. So we'll go slow. Remember the drill Brian did on the baseline? They were forward two, back two, crossover. That's what you're going to do. Do you remember that drill they were doing? Where you were sitting on the bench, dribbling. I show my chest, get perpendicular. Now from here, he wants to retreat one dribble and square up. And now as I close out, you could cross or a little loop dribble around me. Okay? You play defense on me. So I'm going forward, I see your chest. I pull back, oh, cross. Okay, so I'm reading the space. A loop dribble would be, I go into him, I pull back, and as he comes at me, I just loop this way. I'm just pushing around him. So I can cross or I can loop as he closes the space. Give it a try. Give it a try. Pull back, read him as he closes. Then switch it up, or do it second, do it the other hand. He shows chest. Nice loop, nice loop. Switch it up, switch it up. Good. Good. Switch it. See chest. Nice loop, Mason. Okay. Here's the hardest one. You got that defender who was like me when I was 20 years younger, who could just stick to you. That was my specialty. I could just stay in that hip and you could never lose me. I'm just right there the whole time digging. What are you going to do against that guy? He doesn't let you get in front. He doesn't let you get behind. What are you going to do? Start to dribble. Start to dribble. Go slow, not to make me look good. So I'm staying here the whole time. I don't get here so you can cross. I don't get here so you can cob me. We already showed it. Use your short race. So what does that mean? What was a short race? Change speed. Stop. Am I going to keep running? Sometimes I will. Now you can cross or do something. If I do stop, you now decide when you start again. That makes sense? Let's watch you two go. So if they're really tight to you, that's where you got to use your hesitation and stop. And actually stop. Most of them will just keep going at a slow speed, but stop. Okay, go. He's right tight on you. Yeah, perfect. Okay, same thing. Switch it up. Stay tight, stay tight. Okay, so we're learning the change of speed, so important. Nice. Okay, now let's turn this into taking it to another level. So let's start you two right here. Go on the other side of the court, offense, defense. Don't need your ball. Set your ball down. Offense, defense over here. Black is on. Like you offense or defense right now. Where are you, offense or defense? Offense, so red is on offense, black's on D. So red on the wing, help side defense. So we're going to start here. Now, you can give him any of our reads.
Yeah.
What were our reads? You can let him get a little bit in front to cob. You can show chest, or you can just try to stay with him. You've got to read him, and then you've got to read help. Does that make sense? Remember, give them a double gap and we play. Here we go. Now we're playing. Play. Hot spot, hot spot. Good job. Okay, so that was from a guard situation. Let's now do the same thing from a wing situation. So let's come, give me you two over here. You two go help side. This is going to be black ball. Black ball this time, right? Right here, black ball. You've just caught the ball, and you're attacking the baseline on the wing. Now, you can give them the same 3 reads. You can try to show chest. You can let them get shoulder, or you can just stick and you've got to use your hesitation. Play from here. Play, get the 3. Hot spot. Keep playing. Give him a double gap. Give him a double gap. Rule 3 violation. Why would you run up there? Keep him a double gap. Okay, let's do it now from a post situation. Blake's my post. Here's my big time post player. He's caught the ball. Help side. Same thing. You're starting your dribble. Into the attack the middle. You can pull back. You can attack them. We're playing from the post up. Play. Keep your pivot good. Play. Yeah, nice cross. Play. Keep playing. Oh, now let's look at that one. Right here. Right here. This happens a lot. Great move. Got to here. Get to here. Get to here. This is why extension is so important. All you had to do was miss this shot to the hot spot. You can't miss short. You cannot miss this thing short. That's the problem with this layup. When you miss it short. What happens if he misses long? Dunk. Blake's first dunk will happen off this. He probably can't grip the ball, but he can go up in the air and time it and bang it through, right? So you just got to miss it at the backboard. Don't miss it down here. You got it in here. Okay, so let's go slow. And you miss this layup out with extension. Play, miss your layup. Or this way. Either one, but don't miss it short. Okay? So coaches, do you see we took the dribbling, started in kind of like a guide it, little break, and then we went to building the reads, and then we have to let them apply them. Does that make sense? And then again, I could put that into 3-on-3. I would use that to start my competitive drills. Does that make sense? So the theme stays the same throughout the practice. Because think how you learn. You learn when you have little tests. So they're going to get tested on the same concept 25 times today in practice. Instead, we only did that once. And then we're on to another whole new concept. Then another whole new concept. I'd rather keep going back to the same concept over and over, right? And that's called distributed learning, where they're learning. And you're distributing your learning over the practice.